approved. Good day. Seabird 69 Super, radar contact.
Frequency change approved. Air India 179 Heavy, good day.
November 792 Bravo X-ray, contact Vancouver Tower on 118.7.
Thank you, good day. Oscar Kilo Papa X-ray Papa.
Air Canada 42 Whiskey, continuous piles, expect the ILS approach runway 8 left at Vancouver.
Roger, Air Canada 42 Whiskey.
Descend and maintain 5,000.
Air Canada 823 Whiskey November, requesting descent to 5,000. Descend and maintain 5,000.
Emirates 269 Super, radar contact.
Emirates 269 Super is 6 nautical miles west of Vancouver at 2,700 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 30 left at Dubai International.
Air Canada 121 India November Heavy, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 8 right at Vancouver.
Roger, Air Canada 121 India November Heavy. Air Canada 59, request frequency change. Vancouver approach, Japan Air 17 Heavy, with you at 2,400.
Emirates 269 Super, requested airport is outside of coverage area. Proceed on course. Japan Air 17 Heavy, radar contact.
Roger, Emirates 269 Super.
Contact Vancouver Tower on 118.7. Air Canada 826, frequency change approved. Good day. Air Canada 773 Heavy, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 8 left at Vancouver.
Roger, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Roger, Air Canada 823 Whiskey November.
Air Canada 823 Whiskey November, turn left heading 340, maintain 4,000.
Turn left heading 340, maintain 4,000, Air Canada 823 Whiskey November.
Boeing 137, requested airport is outside of coverage area. Proceed on course. Emirates 269 Super, frequency change approved. Good day. Japan Air 17 Heavy, frequency change approved. Good day.
Roger, Boeing 137.
Boeing 137, frequency change approved. Good day.
Frequency change approved. Japan Air 17 Heavy, good day. Frequency change approved. Emirates 269 Super, good day.
Seabird 69 Super, frequency change approved. Good day.
Frequency change approved. Boeing 137, good day. Frequency change approved. Seabird 69 Super, good day. Vancouver approach, Emirates 269 Super, with you at 6,000. Vancouver approach, Flare 858, with you at 1,100.
Air Algerie 16, maintain 2000. Flare 858, radar contact.
Maintain 2000, Air Algerie 16.
Emirates 269 Super, radar contact. Air Canada 121 India November Heavy, turn right heading 260.
Turn right heading 260, Air Canada 121 India November Heavy. Air Algerie 16 is 5 nautical miles west of Boundary Bay at 2,800 feet, requesting ILS approach any runway at Vancouver.
Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, turn left heading 310, descend and maintain 3,000.
Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy is 13 nautical miles northeast of Cecil Gibsons at 16,100 feet, requesting ILS approach any runway at Vancouver. Turn left heading 310, descend and maintain 3,000, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie.
Air Algerie 16, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 8 right at Vancouver.
Roger, Air Algerie 16.
Turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 4,000. Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 8 left at Vancouver.
Turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 4000.
Roger. Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy.
Air Canada 516. Air Canada 773 Heavy, turn right heading 250, descend and maintain 5000. Boeing 137,
Turn right heading 250, descend and maintain 5000, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Frequency change approved Boeing 137, good day.
Air Algerie 16, turn left heading 250, climb and maintain 3000. Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, turn right heading 350, descend and maintain 3000.
Turn left heading 250, climb and maintain 3000, Air Algerie 16.
Turn right heading 350, descend and maintain 3000, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie.
Air Canada 454 Heavy, turn right heading 260, descend and maintain 4000. Air India 281 India November Heavy, turn right heading 260, descend and maintain 5000.
Turn right heading 260, descend and maintain 4000, Air Canada 454 Heavy.
Turn right heading 260, descend and maintain 5000, Air India 281 India November Heavy.
Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy, turn left heading 080, descend and maintain 5000. Vancouver approach, Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee, with you at 3200. Air India 281 India November Heavy, expect vector for the ILS approach runway 8 right at Vancouver. Air Algerie 16, turn right heading 260, climb and maintain 3000.
Turn right heading 260, climb and maintain 3000, Air Algerie 16.
Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee, radar contact. Air Canada 42 Whiskey, descend and maintain 4000.
Descend and maintain 4000, Air Canada 42 Whiskey.
Air Algerie 16, turn right heading 290.
Turn right heading 290, Air Algerie 16.
Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, turn right heading 050, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right approach.
Turn right heading 050, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie.
Air Canada 823 Whiskey November, turn right heading 260, descend and maintain 3000. Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Increase speed to 200 knots.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie.
Increase speed to 200 knots.
Ethiopian 416 Victor Alpha, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 8 right at Vancouver. Air Algerie 16, turn right heading 350.
Reduce speed to 200 knots, Air Canada 823 Whiskey November.
Air Canada 454 Heavy, increase speed to 200 knots.
Increase speed to 200 knots, Air Canada 454 Heavy.
Air Canada 36 Heavy, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 8 right at Vancouver.
Roger, Air Canada 36 Heavy.
Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, contact Vancouver Tower on 118.7.
Contacting Vancouver Tower on 118.7, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie.
Air Algerie 16, turn right heading 050, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right approach.
Turn right heading 050, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right, Air Algerie 16.
Air Canada 121 India November Heavy, descend and maintain 5000. Air Algerie 16, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Turn right heading 350, Air Canada 823 Whiskey November.
Air Canada 454 Heavy, descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000, Air Canada 454 Heavy.
Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee is 10 nautical miles northeast of Duncan Airport at 9,000 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 8 right at Vancouver. Air Algerie 16, turn right heading 100, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right approach.
Turn right heading 100, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right, Air Algerie 16.
Air Canada 823 Whiskey November, turn right heading 050, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right approach.
Turn right heading 050, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right, Air Canada 823 Whiskey November.
Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy, turn right heading 230. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Ethiopian 416 Victor Alpha, turn right heading 350, descend and maintain 4000.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee, turn left heading 260. Turn left heading 260, Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee. Air Canada 454 Heavy, turn right heading 050, maintain 3000. Air Canada 823 Whiskey November, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Air Canada 823 Whiskey November.
Air Canada 42 Whiskey, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Air Canada 42 Whiskey.
Contact Vancouver Tower. Air Canada 773 Heavy, reduce speed to 200 knots.
Reduce speed to 200 knots, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy, turn right heading 260.
Turn right heading 260, Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy.
Air Canada 42 Whiskey, contact Vancouver Tower on 118.7.
November 381 Tango India is 7 nautical miles east of Israel's farm at 17,200 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 26 left at Vancouver.
Air Canada 823 Whiskey November, request frequency change.
Contacting Vancouver Tower on 118.7, Air Canada 42 Whiskey.
Air Canada 454 Heavy at 13 nautical miles west of Vancouver at 3,000 feet, requesting ILS
Air Canada 773 Heavy, descend and maintain 3000.
Contacting Vancouver Centre on 127.
Descend and maintain 3000, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Turn right heading 050, descend and maintain 4000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right, Ethiopian 416 Victor Alpha.
Delta 2838, turn left heading 260, descend and maintain 5000.
Contacting Vancouver Tower on 118.7, Air Canada 454 Heavy. Tango Yankee Lima Echo Romeo is 9 nautical miles northeast of Pitt Meadows at 10,000 feet.
Turn left heading 110, descend.
Air Canada 773 Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Contacting Vancouver Centre on 127.0, November 381 Tango India.
WestJet 573 X-Ray is 5 nautical miles southwest of Victoria International at 18,500 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 8 right at Vancouver.
Infinite Flight 86, turn left heading 270, descend and maintain 7000.
Turn left heading 270, descend and maintain 7000, Infinite Flight 86.
Air Canada 121 India November Heavy, turn right heading 050, maintain 4000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 8 right approach.
Turn right heading 050, maintain 4000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 8 right, Air Canada 121 India November Heavy.
Ethiopian 416 Victor Alpha, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
FlexJet 806 is 5 nautical miles south of Fullhaven Airstrip at 16,600 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 26 right at Vancouver.
Turn left heading 260, Air Canada 36 Heavy.
North Echo Charlie Lima Bravo, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 8 right at Vancouver.
Roger. Golf Echo Charlie Lima Bravo. Executing missed approach.
Air Canada 773 Heavy, contact Vancouver Tower on 118.7.
Contacting Vancouver Tower on 118.7, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Execute missed approach, turn left heading 290, climb and maintain 4000.
$2,500.
Air Canada 823 Whiskey November, request frequency change.
Air Canada 42 Whiskey, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite. Air Canada 823 Whiskey November, exit runway when able and...
Vancouver Tower, Air Canada 773 Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 8 left.
Air India 281 India November Heavy, wind 100 at 8, number 2, runway 8 right, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 8 right, Air India 281 India November Heavy.
Vancouver Tower, Ethiopian 416 Victor Alpha, inbound on the ILS runway 8 right.
1,000.
Air Canada 773 Heavy, wind 100 at 8, number 1, runway 8 left, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 8 left, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 8 right, Ethiopian 416 Victor Alpha.
Vancouver Tower, Air Canada 121 India November Heavy,
500.
inbound on the ILS runway 8 right.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 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 10.
Air Canada 121 India November Heavy, wind 100 at 8, number 2, runway 8 right, cleared to land. Air Canada 773 Heavy, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite.
Wilco, Air India.
Wilco, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Vancouver Tower, Alaska 603, ready for departure at runway 8 left, departing straight out.
Vancouver Tower, Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee, inbound on the ILS runway 8 right.
Vancouver Tower, Alaska 603, ready for departure at runway 8 left, departing straight out.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 773 Heavy, request taxi to gate 17 at the domestic terminal.
Air Canada 54, taxi to International Terminal Gate 55 via Juliet Charlie.
Vancouver ground, China Southern 330 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Victor.
Vancouver ground, Delta 78, ready for pushback with information Whiskey, requesting runway 13.
China Southern 330 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the west.
Taxiing to International Terminal Gate 55 via Juliet Charlie, Air Canada 54.
Pushback approved, tail to the west, China Southern 330 Heavy.
Vancouver ground, Las Vegas, ready for pushback with information Victor.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 574 Alpha Charlie, ready to taxi. Vancouver ground, Air Algerie 16, ready for pushback. Holding position, American 941.
Air Algerie 16, pushback approved.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 54, request taxi to gate 58 at the International Terminal. Pushback approved, Air Algerie 16.
Vancouver ground, pushback approved, tail to the north. Air Canada 574 Alpha Charlie, taxi to
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 773 Heavy, request taxi to gate 42 at the domestic terminal.
Taxiing to runway 8 left, Air Canada 574 Alpha Charlie.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, ready for pushback with information Whiskey, requesting runway 8 right.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 070 Victor Golf Heavy, ready for pushback with information Victor.
Air Canada 773 Heavy, taxi to domestic terminal gate 42 via Mike, Victor, Hotel, Lima.
Taxiing to domestic terminal gate 42 via Mike, Victor, Hotel, Lima, Air Canada 773 Heavy.
Vancouver ground, United 2920 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Whiskey.
Vancouver traffic, Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee is on final, runway 8 right.
Vancouver ground, Air Algerie 16, ready to taxi to runway 13.
Air Algerie 16, taxi to runway 8 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 8 left, Air Algerie 16. Air Canada 273 Whiskey Heavy, request frequency change. Vancouver ground, American 941, ready for pushback, requesting runway 8 left. Vancouver ground, Air Canada 121 India November Heavy, request taxi to gate 46 at the domestic terminal.
Vancouver ground, China Southern 330 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Victor.
American 941, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, American 941. Vancouver ground, Speedbird 84, ready to taxi.
China Southern 330 Heavy, taxi to runway 8 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 8 left, China Southern 330 Heavy.
Vancouver ground, Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy, request taxi to gate 75 of the International Terminal.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, ready for pushback with information whiskey, requesting runway 8 right. Speedbird 84, taxi to runway 8 left, contact tower when ready. Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Taxiing to runway 8 left, Speedbird 84.
Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy, taxi to International Terminal Gate 75 via Sierra. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie.
Vancouver ground, Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee, request taxi to parking.
Vancouver ground, Air India 0709 Heavy, ready for pushback.
Taxiing to Domestic Terminal Gate 46 via Delta, Hotel, Juliet, Air Canada 121 India November Heavy.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 1 Heavy, ready for pushback with information whiskey.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, ready to taxi with information whiskey. Air Canada 1 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. United 2920 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air Canada 1 Heavy.
Air India 0709 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air India 0709 Heavy. Pushback approved, tail to the north, United 2920 Heavy.
Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie, taxi to runway 8 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 8 left, Air Canada 516 Alpha Charlie.
Vancouver ground, American 941, ready to taxi to runway 8 left. Vancouver ground, Air Canada 342, ready for pushback. Thank you, good day, Air India 116 Sierra Victor Heavy. Vancouver ground, Cathay 595, ready for pushback.
Air Canada 342, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air Canada 342.
Cathay 595, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Vancouver ground, Air Canada 36 Heavy, request taxi to gate 50 at the International Terminal.
American 941, taxi to runway 8 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 8 left, American 941. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Cathay 595. WOW Air 069, request frequency change. Vancouver ground, United 2920 Heavy, ready to taxi with information whiskey. Vancouver ground, WOW Air 069, request taxi to parking. Vancouver ground, Air Canada 1 Heavy, ready to taxi with information whiskey. Vancouver ground, Cathay 867 Heavy, ready for pushback with information whiskey. Vancouver ground, Qantas 420 Super, ready for pushback with information whiskey. Vancouver ground, Air India 0709 Heavy, ready to taxi.
United 2920 Heavy, taxi to runway 8 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 8 left, United 2920 Heavy.
Air India 0709 Heavy, taxi to runway 8 left, contact tower when ready.
Thank you, good day, Air Canada 77.